All right, today we are diving into something that honestly feels like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. We're going to explore one of our planet's deepest, darkest secrets, and it all kicks off with one simple but kind of mind-bending question.
Yet what if the deepest point in the ocean wasn't actually the end? I mean, really think about that. What if, when we hit what we assumed was the absolute bottom, we found not a floor, but a doorway? A doorway to somewhere else entirely. Just keep that thought in your head as we go.
Okay, so let's meet the star of our show, the Tangier Blue Hole, right off the coast of Mexico. Now, scientists went to measure its depth, and, well, their instruments just kept going and going right past 420 meters. We're talking more than 1,378 feet down. To give you an idea of how insane that is, that's like dropping the entire Eiffel Tower into this thing and still having room to spare. It totally smashes the old record. But here's the thing. The real story isn't just how deep it is, it's what happened when they realized they couldn't find the bottom.
All right, before we get to the really wild part of this story, let's just take a quick step back and make sure we're all on the same page. What exactly is a blue hole? I mean, you've probably heard the term, but what are these things really? The details are pretty cool. You can basically think of them as geological time capsules. Imagine these massive, vertical caves that were carved out on dry land, way back during the ice ages when sea levels were much lower. So you had all this rainwater seeping through the limestone rock, just slowly, over thousands of years, carving out these huge caverns. Then, the ice caps melted, the oceans rose, and whoosh, these caves got completely flooded. And that's what gives us these incredible, deep blue abysses that we can see from the surface today.
And hey, this is a super important point because a lot of people get this mixed up. A blue hole is not the same thing as an oceanic trench, like the Mariana Trench. That's a whole different beast. Trenches are these gigantic, sprawling valleys way out in the deep ocean, formed by tectonic plates smashing into each other. Blue holes, they're totally different. They're more like a precise, vertical cave, usually near the coast, formed by water slowly eating away at rock over time. It's chemistry, not a cataclysmic collision.
Okay, so now that we've got the basics down, let's get to the good stuff. Let's imagine we're right there with the explorers. We're gonna follow their probe as it plunges down into the abyss of Tangier.
This journey down is like traveling through completely different worlds, one after the other. You start at the surface, in the sunlight zone where everything's familiar, but as that probe goes deeper, the whole environment just changes, and fast. By the time you hit 150 meters, things start to get really weird. And then, once you pass that 420 meter mark, you're in totally uncharted territory.
And when I say weird, I mean it. Get this, around that 150 meter mark, the water becomes what scientists call anoxic. That's a fancy way of saying there's practically zero oxygen in it. None. It's this incredibly hostile environment, almost like a chemical barrier. So if anything is living down there, it has to be, something totally different from what we're used to. It would have to be some kind of extremophile, built to survive where almost nothing else can.
So the probe keeps going. It pushes past that oxygen-free layer, it blows past the old world record for depth, and it cruises right on by 420 meters. So what happened next? I mean, that's the big question, right? What did their instruments actually say?
And this is where the whole story just completely flips on its head. Because the answer to that question, that's what reveals the incredible secret of the Tangier Blue Hole.
Just imagine being in that control room. The readings, they just didn't stop. The depth meter kept ticking over. There was no sudden stop, no thud of hitting the bottom. And that's when it must have dawned on them. They realized their probe hadn't reached the end of a hole at all. It had passed through an opening into something else. They didn't find a floor, they found a doorway.
So the big takeaway here is just, wow, the bottom isn't an end, it's a beginning. What they thought was the final destination was actually just the entrance to a whole new, completely unexplored world.
And that is the mind-blowing secret of Tangier. This thing isn't just a self-contained hole in the ground. No way. It's an entrance. It's a gateway. All the data points to it connecting to this vast, almost labyrinth-like network of underwater caves and tunnels, snaking their way through the rock deep beneath the ocean floor. It's an entire subterranean world that, until now, we had absolutely no idea was even there.
You see?
This discovery just changes everything. It opens up a brand new frontier for science and for exploration. And it's not on Mars or some distant moon. It's right here on Earth. So why is this such a huge deal?
Well, for one, it completely rewrites our understanding of our planet's plumbing. You know how geology and water systems are all connected underneath the seabed. And then there's the big one, life. Who knows what could be living down there in that dark, oxygen-free, high-pressure network? We could be on the brink of finding totally new forms of life, entire ecosystems we never dreamed of. And maybe most importantly, it's just this incredible reminder that our planet is still full of mysteries. There are still these huge, unexplored frontiers right here, literally under our feet.
So at the end of the day, this whole story isn't just about a new world record for the deepest hole. That's cool, but that's not the point. The real story is that this blue hole is an entrance. It's the front door to a hidden world. This massive, sprawling network that's been waiting, completely hidden from us, for thousands and thousands of years.
And that just leaves you with this one kind of awe-inspiring thought, right? I mean, if a whole hidden world like this can exist just under the waves off the coast of Mexico, it really makes you wonder, what other secrets is our planet hiding? What other doorways are out there? What other undiscovered worlds are just waiting for us?